Moving day should have been simple. Boxes stacked in the truck, the cabin prepped, and my wife and I ready to finally enjoy our private lakefront retreat. But no, Karen had other plans. Before I even unpacked the first box, she screeched up the driveway in her SUV, clipboard in hand, phone pressed to her ear. Yes, I need deputies. My neighbor is moving in early. They're violating HOA rules and trespassing. I looked at my wife, who gave me a small, knowing smile. Oh, this is going to be good, she whispered. Karen stomped up to the porch, arms crossed. You can't just move in. This property is not cleared for occupancy. Pay the fines or vacate immediately. I leaned casually against the doorframe. Really? That's funny. Because it seems your authority is about to get very limited. Karen tilted her head. What are you talking about? I smiled. I'm your new landlord. The words hung in the air. Karen blinked, then laughed nervously. You're joking. Nope, I said, handing her the deed and lease agreement I had finalized months ago. Every parcel under this HOA, leased, rented, or previously disputed, now pays directly to me, including the one your little HOA has been policing. Her mouth opened, then closed, then opened again. That can't be legal, I shrugged. Completely legal and fully binding, which means every attempt to enforce rules against me is now unenforceable. Trespassing on my property? That's a criminal offense. Interfering with my tenants? Same. Filing false reports? Well, you've got a long record now, thanks to your 911 call. Karen's face went beet red. She turned to her phone, ready to dial again. I calmly pointed at it. Don't bother. Every call you make about this property goes straight through my office now. One false move, and the deputies won't just come. They'll cite you for harassment. Her clipboard fell to the porch as she stumbled backward. The HOA board members, who had followed her like loyal subjects, looked horrified as the truth sank in. You own the land? Karen stammered. Not just the land, I said. The entire operation, the leases, the water rights, the access roads. Everything that you've been policing with threats and fines. It's all mine now. Karen's son peeked around the corner, eyes wide. Wait, does that mean? Yes, I said, cutting him off. You've been living, parking, and strolling on property that pays rent to me. And if anyone tries to enforce HOA rules here, I'll personally remind them who's in charge. By the time the deputies arrived, called by Karen, of course, they quickly realized they weren't needed. The property owner, the new landlord, and my family's legal authority were firmly in place. Karen had no jurisdiction. Her threats were null. Within a week, I sent a friendly notice to the HOA board, clarifying that all enforcement actions against my property or tenants would be considered illegal. Karen tried to argue, tried to send letters, tried to rally the board, but every effort was shot down because legally, she was nothing more than a tenant of my property. Now, every time Karen drives past the lake, she slows, squints, and whispers under her breath. She knows she can't enter, can't enforce, and can't fine. Her clipboard, once her symbol of power, now looks laughable. The lake is peaceful. My cabin is mine. My tenants, my family, live without interference. And Karen? She learned the hard way that the one person she tried to intimidate the most is the one who signs her rent checks. Because in this county, being a homeowner, or in her case, the landlord, changes everything. And on my land, the rules aren't written by an HOA, they're written by me.